furniture industry is big business, not just in Africa, but also here in Nigeria. But interestingly, many a times what you usually hear is made in Italian furnitures. Today on the show, Meet the Boss, we shall be talking to someone, a Nigerian to be precise, who is doing very interesting thing in the area of furniture designs and carpentry, as many of us know it. Welcome to the world of wood designs, and join me on this very interesting journey. Come along. You're still watching your favorite SME business show, Meet the Boss, brought to you by connectnigeria.com. I did say before the short break that we are in the furniture industry today. And today on the show, we shall be talking to a very interesting individual. You know, the furniture industry, especially here in Nigeria, used to be an industry well saturated by the male folks. But hold it, today we are talking to a female. Join me as I welcome to the program today the person of Miss Obi Buogo. How are you doing, madam? Yeah. Nice having you today. And thank you for welcoming us into your abode. You're welcome. Good, good. Now, Obi, tell us, this business of furniture design or carpentry, as widely referred to in this part of the world, how did this all start for you?
Well, I have to tell you, it's a family business, so I've been in it for a long time. But then I took over. For a few years now, I've been in charge, so it's been interesting, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah, very.
I like that word, interesting.
It's been very interesting.
Now, before we go any further, tell us a bit about yourself. Share a bit of background. Who is Obi?
Okay, my name is Obi Buogo.
Okay.
Obi is my son name. Most people call me Buogo. Okay, so I'm 26.
Okay.
Finished from medical school, and I'm a carpenter. I'm a female carpenter. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Now, let me picture that scene. I heard finished from medical school and I'm a carpenter. Please, marry those two.
Yeah, okay. So I finished from LUT, physical therapy. Okay. 6 years. Beautiful. And I decided after that I want to go into the family business. I want to be a carpenter. So that's what I'm doing now. Most people ask me why.
Yeah, I would do so.
They asked me why, but I found that I actually enjoy it. I loved physio. It was good helping people. But when I'm making these things, I feel better. So I feel, you know, this is where I'm meant to be.
Wow, interesting. Before we go any further, shout out to LUT. My kid sister finished from LUT, dentistry. Yeah, she's practicing in the US, so shout out to LUT. So now, tell me, has there been is there any kind of synergy or relationship between physiotherapy and the business of carpentry?
Yes, of course. There's never any wasted knowledge. You see, in physio, we do what's called ergonomics. Ergonomics is a study of man in relation to inanimate objects. So as a carpenter and as a physiotherapist, I know the perfect height of a chair where it doesn't hurt your back.
Okay.
I know the perfect height of a table where you sit down and you're not slouching. So I have an edge. I have an edge over other carpenters. I am educated. I know these things.
Interesting.
So when I'm talking to a client and I'm telling them that this table is bad for you, I'm not talking as a carpenter. I'm talking as a physical therapist. This table is bad for your back, sir.
You just opened my eyes to something I didn't even think of before. Oh, now I see. I see. Wow. Now tell me, how's the business been?
The business has been good.
It's been good.
It's been good. We're growing.
Okay.
We're happy with growing.
Okay.
It's not been easy. It's very, very hard. It is very, very hard. but we're growing. We're growing.
That's good. I mean, I can tell from the wonderful. I mean, we're in your showroom, and I can see some pretty interesting looking furnitures. Good, good. Now, still on that, the business of designing furnishings. Where did you draw your ideas from? Your inspirations?
Well, mostly I look online.
Okay.
Check other people's designs. Okay. I check books. I read a lot of books on design. And my father is an architect, so we have a lot of discussions on that. So yeah, it's good. I try to do that. I have to marry industrial furnishing, like reproduction, because you can't just make something that is really hard to make. You will not be able to reproduce it fast enough for the. So you try to marry both of them. You come up with interesting designs.
So it's
simple.
So it's fitting to say it runs in the blood.
Well, yes, it does. It does. I'm sure he'll be happy if it was one of his sons, but you know, his daughter is trying.
Now, speaking about daddy and his sons and the family, what role does family life play in your design concept, in your business, as it were?
Family is like almost everything.
Everything.
Almost everything, because it's a family business. So at the end of the day, I make the decisions, but I still have to answer to a board. Exactly. So if something is going wrong, I'm going to answer to a board. So I have to talk to family, and they're very encouraging. Most people in Nigeria, as you say, is saturated by the males. Carpentry is saturated by males. So when you go and you tell your mother after 6 years of school that you want to go into carpentry, she's looking at you like you're mad. But then, you know, my family has been encouraging so far. They have pushed me. They have told me I should do what I want. And I have leeway, I have freedom to do what I want. And I think we're doing very well.
Good, good. Now, tell me, this whole issue of sexism, have you encountered maybe any such thing? Maybe you went to a client who goes like, I need an experience, a good furniture designer or a carpenter, and they go like, sir, we have someone, and behold, who walks in? A young looking lady. Have you had anybody go like, sorry, are you guys sure you got the right person for me?
Of course, I've gotten there a lot. At first, I felt it was insulting that, you know, I know what I'm talking about, this is what I do. But now as you grow in the business, you understand that you have to get these clients. So you have to adapt to the interview. Sometimes I go for interviews where I just take one of my workers male. So I'm telling this client exactly what we're going to do, but he's actually looking at the man. So I'm fine with it as long as we get the contract. I'm like, look at the man, it's okay.
Yeah. Good.
It's rampant. We are trying to change. Women are entering a lot of other sectors that are normally dominated by males, but you know, we'll get there.
Nice concept you said about family. I still have some more questions to ask you, but after this short commercial break, we'll come back to those questions. So guys, stick around. We'll be right after this short commercial break.
Looking for a business? Log on to connectnigeria.com.
Welcome back to Meet the Boss, brought to you by connectnigeria.com. And we're still in the house of wood designs, and we're talking to the CEO, Obi Buogo. And before the short commercial break, Obi, we did finish talking about family, the role family played, and how you draw your inspirations from talking to other board members of the family. Now, tell me, I want to talk more about your workforce now. Would you say you have the right kind of workforce that you're working with? How's your team?
I say I have a good workforce. You see, most of my workers, apart from the blue collar staff, it means I have more of artisans working with me.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not easy to work with artisans, especially male artisans that are most of them are older than me.
Sexism will come in.
Exactly. So at first, it was so bad I had to let go more than half of my workforce.
Wow.
I had to let them go because they were not responding to me being in charge well.
Wow.
So I had to let them go. It's very easy. You don't stress yourself. You just tell them you can't work with me, you can leave. So, but now I've been rehiring, and so far they've been good. Okay. We have our ups and downs, but then you learn to deal with people better, and then they respond better to your authority, especially when they know you know what you're doing. So they respond better to you.
Nice. Now, Obi, let's talk about the SME culture in Nigeria. How would you rate the SME culture in Nigeria?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
About 3.
Wow.
Yes. It's really that bad. Being honest with you, Nigeria does not support. Of course, the government and everybody's trying to create situations where they're trying to support the SME culture, but it's still not. It's harder to get your materials. It's harder to pay your staff. The power doesn't help. You're spending a lot of money on diesel each day. So, small and medium scale businesses, it's harder to survive. But then you push through. You pass that stage
and hope for the best.
Hope for the best.
What do you think can be done right? I mean, we all know that the government cannot do it all, but everything somehow, one way or the other, stems from the angle of the government. What do you think the government, for instance, can do a bit right to help SMEs?
No, I think a lot of people have been saying this. Give me electricity, I am happy. I know I have constant electricity. That will reduce my expenses by half. Give me electricity, I'm happy. Give me good roads, I'm happy. My trucks don't break down as much as they normally do. And then of course, it's better now. But before, you have the VIO, you have the last mile, you have all your papers. Your trucks are fine,
Yes.
but then you set aside a certain amount, knowing that you're going to. You have to be honest. It's true. So you set aside knowing that every time your truck steps out or it goes out for a delivery, you're spending on the VIO and So you give me things that work, facilities that work, the arms that work, and I believe that a lot of small and medium scale businesses will thrive. Yes.
Good. Now, speaking about your product and your truck, how easy is it for you to source your raw materials? I mean, trees, timbers are your core materials. How do you source them? Do we have good timbers, for instance, in Nigeria?
We have beautiful timber in Nigeria. Most other countries come to us for our timber. They take it from us and then they process it and sell it back to us. So we actually have really good wood, different kinds of wood, really good in Nigeria. So it's actually not hard to get wood. But then most of what we do, we use real wood, and then some of it is HDF. Now, HDF is still imported. It's some made here, some. So it's actually not hard to get our raw materials, so we can resource for it.
Now, still on that, how does wood design equally support the whole eco-friendly green Nigeria, green world campaign? Because I mean, you guys are part of those chopping down the greeneries. So in what ways are you trying to give back to nature?
Yes, okay. So I've been asked this before. We have lands. We have lands at Badag, we have lands at Aja, and we just use it for farming.
Oh.
So we're growing, but looking at the next generation, we have to think about them. So as we are taking, we're trying to give back. No buildings, just farming. So yeah, we try.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear, because I mean, watching a program like this, there's no way you won't have one or two natural activists that will go like, wait a minute, wood design is tearing down timbers, for crying out loud. So that's why I had to chip in that question. And it's nice to know that you have forestry somewhere, places where you're planting trees. That's a good one. That's a good one. Now we're coming fast to the home stretch of today's interview, but I still have a few more questions to throw your way, and one of which is you mentioned earlier about you reading books on designs and stuff. So are there some other books you read on administration, office ethics, and what have you? Are you a book reading person?
Yes, I actually read books. I rarely ever watch TV. Which is very surprising, I know. So when I took over, I had to learn. I had to read more on management. I had to read more because I went to medical school. It wasn't business. So I had to read more on how to deal with people. I read on all these things because you read and you learn. You read biographies and autobiographies of how people that have done this and how they succeeded. So I read and I learn. I'm still learning, and it's not everything you take from them, but so I do read.
Now, being a young lady, are you a techie person, or you still prefer to read the old way of flipping through scripts of papers, or you like to read on your
old way? You give me a paperback, I'm happy any day. I always tell my friends, go back to when we were writing letters. All this phone, all this phone. I have to try.
That's good. So how do you relax? I mean, all works and no play. You know the rest. Do you relax?
I do try. I think the most important thing is you have to have friends that come to drag you out. Until no thinking, no work, seize your phone.
That's some wine.
Have some wine. Just relax, go out, watch a movie. If you want to, go and just hang out with friends. I try to do that. It's necessary, or you will break down. And then, you take where you just shut down the factory, you shut down everything, and you take a trip. You go for 2 weeks anywhere and you come back. Good. You're ready to conquer the world again.
Good. So Obi, tell me, where do you see wood design, say, in the next 5 years?
Well, I see us as a major furniture company, not just Nigeria and Africa. It's major. It's very ambitious, but then you have to see that, you have to look forward. So yeah, we're online, we're offline, So I want more showrooms
Yeah.
in, just not Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and then online I want us to be able to supply everywhere, at least in Africa, by 5 years. So yeah.
Fantastic.
Major.
Fantastic. Trust us, we shall be monitoring your success story as the days go by. Now, tell me, before I even ask the question that is supposed to be the last question for the day, how affordable are your furnitures?
Oh, very affordable. For the quality we are given,
Yeah.
very affordable. We tell clients you will use our stuff for 20 years. If you're paying this for something you use for 20 years, it is very affordable. So
Good to know. Good to know. Do you give room to mentoring other young entrepreneurs like yourself or aspiring young entrepreneurs? And what would be your advice to them? I mean, those watching today's show.
okay, we do. We've started trying to run internship programs for people that want to go into carpentry. This is not interior decor just alone. It's carpentry. So we give programs to people that want to do that. And then my advice to anybody that does want to go into carpentry, wants to go into the furniture industry in Nigeria, especially as women, because I am talking to women mostly, is that you should not give up. It's very hard. It is very hard. It is not easy at all, but you should never give up. You should just keep pushing. And if you are good at it, if you're great at it, people will look for you. People will want to pay for what you do. And they are fascinated by women in industry. If they were not fascinated by women in this part of industry, you won't be here talking to me. People are fascinated by it. So you have an edge over men. You go into whatever it is that people tell women they shouldn't do. And then you see, as far as you're great at it, you'll make a lot of money from it. Money would come naturally. So yeah.
Good. So for those who want to reach you, how would they reach you?
Yeah, of course, you can visit our website, www.wooddesigns.com. We have over 200 products in different categories of furniture. You can shop online on our website also. And then you can always visit our showroom at 41 Iwaya Road. We look forward to having everybody.
Are you a social media person? You have some Facebook, Instagram?
Oh yes, we are. We're on Twitter at Wood Designs, Instagram at Wood Designs, and Facebook Wood Designs. So you can visit us, you can see what we do, you can see me and what we do. So yeah.
Good. Obi, it's been a pleasure. I must tell you that talking to you today has been very inspiring. And just as I said earlier, we at Connect Nigeria will be tracking your success story. I will be reporting it at every interval.
5 years, you serious? Thank you.
Well, viewers, you've heard it all from the CEO of Wood Design, Obi Buogo. She's shared some wonderful insight as to what it takes to be a young female entrepreneur, especially in the business of furniture designs and carpentry. Remember, you can watch today's episode and many other wonderful episodes on our website, www.connectnigeria.com. And you can follow us on other social media handle at connectnigeria.com, be it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Until I come your way on the show Meet the Boss, brought to you by connectnigeria.com with some more wonderful guests, I remain your host, William Tuzomba, telling you to keep a positive mind and the sky might just be the beginning of your success. Bye, guys.
Grow your business fast. Log on to connectnigeria.com.
If you like the video you just watched and want more, subscribe now. To watch more videos, click on Watch More Videos.